Hello everyone, Cannondale here, and today you're not gonna be watching me too much in this video because this is a day of our Project $400 introduction. This is our Cannondale F600 killer, or this is a model from 1995, and back then it was called Delta V frame design, and it's finished. We're gonna take a closer look at the bike, but first I'm gonna show you the parts I bought for it, some of the new parts I bought. The project was all about simplifying, about a clean look. As you can see, just two colors. It's white, snowy white and black, and the drivetrain is also all about simplifying, meaning 1x10, so no front derailleur, no left shifter, and everything works just fine. So these are the parts we've used for it. This is a Shimano Deore chain set, triple chain set from Mega 9, meaning triple chain set for a 9-speed cassette. But we've just used this one in order to assemble it along with a narrow white chainring from a Polish brand, Ergon Components, very good one. Then we have used a Deore 10-speed chain. It's HG54 in system HGX. This chain is directional. Then we've got a 10-speed Shimano Deore right lever with of course the DD60 system and the two-way release system. I'm gonna show you that one too. We've got the CS HG50 10-speed cassette, which is fully compatible with our 10-speed HGX chain, and that works just great. And finally we've got a great, in my opinion, derailleur Shimano Z. This is the model that is made for more gravity cycling, like Saint, but this one works just great. In our bike we've got, of course, the Shimano Shadow Plus rear derailleur. It's 10-speed compatible, and this is a free ride version, not the downhill that would take up to 28 teeth, but the free ride taking up to 36. It's so blue in here. Let's just move to our black and white bicycle. Okay, so this is the bike. You could see all the parts about ripping off the paint and painting it and using a special paint that would be more durable. That was the best paint possible for me to put on this bike, just, you know, in my garage or just here in the studio. We've got some Mavic Crossmax wheel in the front, very light, very durable in my opinion, and with the Schwalbe Racing Ralph tire it just looks cool, and it's all black, so it really kind of fits to our black and white design of this bike. In the rear we've got Schwalbe Nobinik with some sun rims. It's also black rim. I wasn't able to find the rear Crossmax, I'm still looking for it. And the hub is really vintage. It is Shimano SDX racing version. So, and it works so good. The sealing in the hub is so durable. It's great. For the seat post, we've bought a new Pro seat post, and we've got the original Cannondale saddle. This was the saddle originally sold with this bicycle, so I'm happy to keep this one. We've changed the stem into a newer version, and then there was some, I'm not sure whether it was MC50 or something like that fork, but it's fully upgradable, so we've made a DD60 out of it, meaning that there is a spring inside, and we've got a hydraulic lockout working great. This fork, it has now 60 millimeters of travel. It's super stiff. There is almost no bending in this fork, so you've got a great feel of your front wheel of your bike. Then we've got the Shimano Deore XT V-brakes with the parallelogram system, works fine. This one makes a little bit of noise in the terrain, So this is one of the maybe downsides of this version, but it's very strong, and I'm happy with this. I'm also happy that I was able to find those white ends for our cables. We've got Shimano Deore shifter, and this is how it looks. It's very clean, it's very simple, snowy white, absolutely no signs, no symbols on the frame. What do you think about it? What about the drivetrain? It was very easy to use, this narrow white chainring. I made another video about this one, so there is more information on what should you know when buying a narrow white chainring, because there are really different chain rings, and I recommend that you buy the one that will give you a perfect chain line, and you won't have to be buying a new bolts for it. We've got here 38 teeth and 36 in the rear. When pushing some very steep hills, I would anyway prefer to run a little bit, so this is just fine. And with 38/11 you're able to go quite fast down the hill. Let's look at the chain line. This is the chain line for the highest gear, and this is how the chain looks like for the lowest gear. So as you can see, it does bend from the narrow white chainring into our lowest gear. But what I was surprised with, when you are spinning just backwards, the chain doesn't drop. Usually in these drivetrains the chain would normally drop into a second or even a third gear. There's nothing like that here. This chainring is very strong, and it holds on to the chain very firmly. I'm very happy with this design, really. And now let's just find the ideal chain line, the straight line. I would say it's somewhere here. It's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the 6th gear, and it bends a little bit. Let's try the 7th one. Yeah, now the chain is fully straight, so that's the 7th gear. I was just thinking about some cons of using this drivetrain, but I haven't found them. Maybe when you're shifting from the second into a first gear, you can maybe feel that it comes a little bit harder, but it's still very clean and precise. You just have to push it and you hear the derailleur. When it comes to the derailleur has this clutch here, and when it's in on position, it really prevents the chain from jumping up and down. So I don't feel like any chain guide would be needed. Maybe for some hard racings, when I really want to be sure that the bike is fully prepared for it, I would put some carbon, maybe weighing maybe 10 or 15 grams chain guide, but I didn't experience any chain drops, and it doesn't seem like I will. And the Z is very, very stable. The Z derailleur is very stable here. And you are thinking about building a one-by drivetrain, I would say Z is a very good option. It says that this is a freeride version for up to 38 teeth, or 36, up to 36 teeth. But I know some guys who are using 40 or 42 teeth, and the Z is still doing just fine. And now just two very important things. The whole project of this bike with all the new parts would cost me just $400. I mean, I paid more for all the parts, but the bike I bought for around, that was $200, something like that, was already with some vintage XT group set, which I sold for around 200 bucks. Meaning that I didn't pay anything for the bike actually. So the painting and all the parts I needed, and even, you know, the Crossmax, this Mavic Crossmax wheel in very good condition, almost unused, for V-brakes today is not very cheap. So I was able to make a great bike. I'm just looking for the rear wheel for this bicycle, and I'm gonna find also these wheels for my Black Killer. And this one goes for sale. The second thing I just forgot to tell you about is that the bike weighs 10.4 kilos in large size. Aluminum frame, aluminum suspension fork, and basically Deore and Z components with a very light Crossmax front wheel. Awesome! So that was very exciting experience for me. The bike looks very cool in my opinion. If you're building similar projects, just let me know. I'll be happy to talk about it with you. If you have any further questions regarding this one, just put your in the comments below. And I will be seeing you soon with another project on our Cannondale channel. So stay tuned. See you. Bye.